How you doing, Zach? You okay?
Oh, are you right?
Yeah, I'm all
You good,
good.
mate?
How are you finding life in the bubble? I know you've only just got there to quarantine, but
Yeah, it's all right. I've just been chilling out in my room, really. I had a little bit of food. But yeah, just waiting to get my COVID tests back and then hopefully I'll get out of this room.
talking about that experience, is that kind of is it playing in the back of your mind, waiting for your test, even though you may feel fine and perfectly healthy? Does it still play in your mind at all?
Yeah. Obviously, like you obviously want to box. I've been training that hard and want to box on Friday night. So yeah, it's playing on my mind a little bit, but hopefully it'll all be all right and be able to box on Friday.
Zach, talk to me about your opponent, Cesar Nunez. What do you know about him, and what should everybody be expecting to see from him?
No, he's a tough opponent. I think he's won like 17, lost two. He's only lost to a couple of good opponents. One's challenged for a world title, and the other one's like 15-0. But yeah, it should be a good hard fight. He'll just keep coming forward, I reckon. But he won't be able to come forward that long once I start hitting him with hard shots. So yeah, should be a good fight to watch.
Given your status with the WBO being up there as the number one, do you feel a pressure to perform and to kind of make a statement, knowing it is on the undercard of the current WBO champion in Billy Joe Saunders?
Yeah. Obviously, I always want to perform my best and give the fans the fans want knockouts all the time. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to give to the fans. But yeah, I always put pressure on myself to perform the best I can, and hopefully perform good on Friday night.
I know you won't want to look beyond Friday night, but have you thought about kind of when you may get your chance to have a go for, if not the WBO title, then certainly another version of a world title?
Yeah, hopefully next year, like maybe summer next year, want to go for at least one of the world titles. But obviously, I can't look past Cesar Nunez on Friday night. But yeah, hope that's the way I'm looking to go. Either the WBO with Billy Joe Saunders, but if any of the other titles come up, I know WBC is vacant at the minute. I'd box for any of them. That's what you're in box for, to be a world champion, and hopefully that'll get made next year.
Zach, boxing behind closed doors, what are your thoughts on it and how do you feel about it? Do you feel it would make any difference to you on Friday?
No, not too much difference. I boxed on the smaller. I've come from like the bottom where the smaller shows only had like a couple hundred people. So yeah, it wouldn't make too much difference. I've boxed amateur with no crowds there. No, well, really no crowds there. But like, yeah, I think I would perform as like I do when there's crowds there or not.
I know you'll be keeping a close eye on that main event. What are your thoughts on it between Billy Joe and Martin Murray?
Yeah, it should be a good fight. I think it's like last saloon for Murray, so we'll have to see what version comes out. He comes out with, but yeah, I reckon it'll be a good fight. But predicting Billy Joe will win it, maybe on points.
Zach, that's the last question from me. So best of luck on Friday. I'll speak to you soon, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Andy. If you go to Jonathan, please.
Is that something here, Pro Boxing fans? You're right.
Oh, are you right, mate?
Yeah, all good. What's your mindset like heading into this fight, considering that position you've got with the WBO as mandatory? How are you getting motivated for this fight?
Yeah, obviously, I've always got one eye on like the world titles. Obviously, I'm number one in WBO, and that's what I want. But I have to keep focused. I have to keep my eyes on the prize because this is like a world title chance for that Cesar Nunez. If he wins, he could get up there. So I got to keep my feet on the ground and just focus on Friday night.
Last out in March, of obviously on the last UK show before lockdown. How do you
Yeah.
sum up that performance, getting that stoppage at the end?
Yeah. I was quite lucky to get out just before it was literally just kicking off COVID and all this was. So yeah, I was lucky to get out then. But yeah, I think it was a good performance. I started off a little bit slow, but then I started finding my feet in the fight, and yeah, I got a good stoppage at the end. And hopefully everyone else enjoyed it as well.
Touching on this WBO shot, and obviously if you don't win the fight on Friday, you're not going to be thinking about that, but I'm sure it's playing on your mind. And what guarantees have you had that you'll receive a shot next?
Nothing really, because my last one was meant to be a final eliminator, and then it got changed like on the last week because Canelo came in thinking he was going to box Billy Joe. But you have to just take every fight as it comes, and I got one eye on it, but just keep taking every fight as it comes and keep my feet on the ground.
And just lastly, obviously, we heard the news that Callum Smith's going out to fight Canelo. First of all, what's your thoughts on the fight itself, and how do you think you would, tackle Canelo if you were in Callum Smith's shoes?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good fight, to be fair. He's quite tall compared to Canelo, like a lot bigger. And if I was fighting Canelo, I'd have to keep him on the end of the jab, like always moving. You don't want to stay inside, especially because he's smaller. Callum Smith had problems with John Ryder because he was smaller and fighting in the inside. So you have to keep on the end of the jab and keep it long.
Brilliant. Zach, best of luck Friday. Appreciate it.
Cheers, man. Nice one.
Cheers.
Okay, we go to the boxing source next, please.
Hey there, Zach. How you doing?
How are you? All right, mate? You good?
All right, doing good. Just one question here. Given your status with the WBO as you're holding the international super middleweight title, you also do have a high ranking within the IBF. So what about a potential matchup with the IBF champion, Caleb Plant?
Yeah, obviously that's I was meant to box for final eliminator for that against this German kid, but he pulled out, and that's another title that I'd like to go for. Caleb Plant's a good champion, but I think I could cause him a lot of problems, and hopefully I fight one day.